Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Eee.
Hello.
Sam.
We're here with Sam Tallent.
Hey guys, it's so nice to be back.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Dude, it's nice to actually hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
Instead of just pop in, shake hands, blow a kiss. You know, yesterday was so nice.
Yesterday was a good day.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Kids are a lot.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't know how you. No.
My child
I can handle it. And those
Oh, I know
kids,
you can.
compared to my sister's kids, your kids are angels. It's crazy.
They're good, but she had a total meltdown. It starts to
The
end in
meltdown was
tragedy.
funny. I'd never seen a meltdown.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
They go, it's full Shakespearean tragedy.
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
p.m. It's just like,
James's kid hit a tragedy too.
did he
Oh,
really?
Yeah, no, the girl, she built a pillow fort at the end.
Yep.
And then James was like, all right, let's go. And she's like, I just built the fort. I haven't even gotten to use it. And then James was like, all right, let's take a picture next to the fort so we always remember it. She sat next to it like there's a pile of fucking pillows on the ground. Fort sucked. Sorry, James.
It was a very Australian fort.
It was a good Australian fort.
Yeah.
Very Aboriginal.
It was fun to see the differences in parenting between you and Brittany and James and his wife. Because at one point, James's daughter had one of those balloons that they were using in the pool, and she approached Brittany as I was grilling the food, and Brittany said, "You keep that balloon away from me, little girl." It just came out of her, and I laughed so hard. And then Brittany was like, "Oh shit, you weren't supposed to hear that."
I smashed one of James' kids with the door. He was standing by that fucking glass door. I opened it. It was just me and him in the hallway, and he was like, I was like, you're fine.
Dude,
Don't fucking tell on me.
they stand right in front of doors like dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids, I can open my garage door so slow because I've like opened it and there's like, it's like, why are you standing right there? They'll
Yeah.
for real just like chill by the door like a sim. They'll just be like,
James's baby he was waiting. He was face against the
so
glass.
annoying.
The blinds were down.
They discovered the doggy door, and that was almost
Yeah,
a
the
nightmare.
doggy door was big.
yeah, I banished Maya from the doggy door and she's like, it's all
Like,
I
it's a
want to
secret door.
do.
It's a
Yeah.
secret door.
It's all I want to do.
It's a portal between worlds, Dad.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah, that
have a
was
dog run over there too. They were safe.
It was funny.
True.
James's wife was saying that she thought the kid was lying. He was like, I was at Shane's house. There's a secret door. We were in the secret door. It's a tiny door. She was like, all right, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it
And then
either.
they got here and they're like, oh shit. It's a secret door.
I didn't believe him either. Like, we found a secret door. I was just like, I know every inch of this place. You didn't find a fucking secret door. I looked over. I was like, oh, well, man, fuck. To which point, you must get a big feline now. It's set up.
I do.
Yeah,
I need
like
a
a
feline.
lynx, dude.
And I think I'm going to live here for another year in this house. So
Nice.
I could get a gato.
Or just get a door that's big enough for Lemaire to crawl through.
But that means Lemaire has to live here for another year to tend to my gatito.
True. It's true. That's quite the
Eye
that's quite the-
contact, Lemaire. Don't stare at your
That's
phone
quite
when we
the deal.
address
You're
you.
looking up cool cats, big doors.
You might have to
near
be the
me.
cat procurer too.
No racism, but we are Mancoon.
True.
Yeah, that's a good cat.
That's a
be
great
nice.
That's a great cat.
I don't think anyone would assume you'd be right.
Well, if I was just attributing
It's a pause,
the
basically.
cat door to Lemaire.
True.
Yeah.
You also never know what somebody can do as well. Online, people you could say anything on a
They've
podcast.
done it before.
Yeah.
Everything. I've never said anything bad. It's fucking AI.
They just make up bullshit.
It was funny. You had the hose in the pool cleaner, and I held up James's like 1-year-old baby. It's for you to spray it in the belly. You just hit him in
Throw
the
it
face.
right in the face. Like, oh.
That baby had to be like, well, who's this huge man? Oh, I'm up here. Ah!
Yeah, spraying the kids was great. It was a good day.
It was a great
That
day.
pool cleaner hose is
That thing's a problem.
vicious, bro.
That thing's a
It
problem.
sucks.
Thing
And I
bumped me.
just discovered why my water bill was $2,000.
Is there a crack in that
Whenever
pool?
the boys swim, they like to take the robot and put it on the side of the pool.
What?
The last 2 days, I've woken up to a
You can't
totally,
take those things out.
a totally flooded back porch.
But
It
this is,
sprays all night.
this is the first time we took it out. I
Pause.
think it was the robot was going.
It was out
just
the night.
like,
It was out the night before. as
Sick
well.
self pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't interrupt those things at all. They're
I
very
got-
delicate machines.
And that call I just had, it was a good one. There was no pause, but we were all on mute. But I got Gerby started laughing. The lady was like, "These guys shoot so fast." I just looked at Gerby like, and he couldn't stop. They shoot so fast. That's the best thing about tires is they shoot so fast.
Oh, that's so funny. Did he give in and laugh, or was
He was dying. His face was dark red. This is great. Gerby's on a Zoom call with a meeting. He wears like a gamer headset.
Does he?
Yeah. He doesn't wear a headphone. He has a full gamer headset.
He's like the guy from Grandma's Boy.
And he has his glasses and a polo on every time. And he's like,
He dresses up for the
yeah, he does.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just, man, him in that context is for real one of my favorite things to think about.
Yeah.
The very important high pressure meetings and just you being like,
I always get it too. I'm like, God damn, Steve, when this show comes out, you're gonna be a sexual icon. It's in front of all the Netflix people.
I don't know if you talked about it on here, but when you forced him to, when you like made him give a speech at that big dinner.
Oh, that was so good, dude. The night before we did the premiere for Tires, we had a dinner with all the Netflix people. And I was sitting next to a guy that was like, I'm going to give a speech. And I was like, you have to make Steve give a speech. And I'm like, for real, he's going to say no. But you have to, as a Netflix guy, be like, Steve, you're the big star of the show. You're the number one star. You have to give a speech.
You're
and it
top
worked.
billing,
It worked. And then
He
Steve
gave a nice speech, I
gave
think.
like a heartfelt speech about all of us. And I was like, all right, dude, shut the fuck up. I started crying.
It's really funny because I'm pretty sure he was like, did Shane tell you to do that?
He did after. He was like, well, I'm not number one. I was like, yeah, you are, Steve. You're the big guy. You're the big shot.
And then Kyla got up and was like, by the way, the toilets are broken.
Wow.
It's funny to
No.
think about her
Kyla's going to be let loose.
just in the next like chocolate.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah.
get in the bathtub, you queer. Come kiss me in this bathtub, you fucking queer.
Hey, why is everyone fucking queer around here?
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite line in the show, though, was when she's talking to Shaner and that girl, and she's like, excuse me, folks. I got to go take a poop. Just gets up.
I like the chocolate milk rumor. That had me giggling.
Chocolate
for a few
Dude,
days.
and you making him stink? The fact that he reeked?
No, that was, yeah.
That's so funny.
You hear your little rumor made it in there.
Oh, that was great too.
That was a little nod to Bill.
Nipple suck. But no,
Matt, you did such a good job of acting. People didn't recognize you.
I mean, bro, nothing could bring me more pleasure than
They
people.
were
Like, I didn't even
going-
know that was you. I said, my God.
There was so many people that were like, why the fuck is Matt? There needs to be a Matt cameo.
Yeah.
I was like, Ross Daddy, I got you.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't even recognize you. You're too much of a thespian.
Yeah. You lost yourself in that
That
role.
was more Meisner. I think I did a little Meisner for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I have been observing cops for a long time now.
You have.
So.
You did. Somebody got me on that too. They were like, you can see Shane smile when Matt pulls up. When you pull up, I'm literally like, I like start laughing as soon as you ride the like freeze. I was like, yeah.
I was absolutely delighted that people were like, I didn't even know you're in that. I was like, man.
Yeah.
I'd be sick if I developed like just a ridiculous acting ego where I'm just like, just the craft. It's just
That's the crap. Yo, I was watching the Kevin Spacey Unmasked last night.
How was that?
Fucking fine. Other than the worst thing he did was he jacked off during Saving Private Ryan. He invited it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same story. He goes, he meets a dude, and he's clearly just trying to fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
And every dude is like a Hollywood guy, like a desperate Hollywood actor that's like, this is my big chance. He wants to be my friend. He chose me to be friends with for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
there's
they're
a
dudes.
reason.
Yeah, I know, but that's their mind. They're like, he just could see it in me.
Yeah.
It's like, he's never seen you act. You're at a bar.
Right. He's wearing leather pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one guy was like, he saw me at the Golden Globes. I was just standing there, and Kevin Spacey walked up and was like, who are you? It's like, obviously he's trying to fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think that is? Anyway, the one guy he met at a bar, they were like talking and stuff, and then he was like, let's hang out. Oh, he's like, there's a party at my house. So they go back to his house. He like makes out with them. There's no one else there.
Yeah.
And then
He was like, people just come and go. It's that kind of party.
yeah, that one. I think that actually might have been a different guy than the Saving Private Ryan guy.
That's
but
a.
he got him in the home theater. He got the Saving Private Ryan guy. They were at a house party, and he was like, we should go check out this home theater. And the guy was like, okay. It's like, bro, you know what that is.
He's watching movies. They're both cinephiles, dude.
They are cinephiles. Hey, he grabbed one guy's dick on the set of fucking House of Cards.
Just honked him between shots.
We
They
were
were like
watching
behind
it.
a curtain.
We were watching it last night. I was like, dude, I'm ruined. I've honked everyone. There's gonna be Shane Gillis
Yeah, but
unmasked
there's
where
intent.
like
There's
Gervin's
intent.
crying. Like, well, then he grabbed my penis.
He told me it's what guys do for fun. There's intent though.
True.
Yes.
There's a guy, the one guy he goes out with, he's like, well, let's go hang out. So they're walking around, they go to a movie theater. The guy had just worked on Saving Private Ryan. And he was like, oh, this is your movie. Let's go watch it. So they're sitting in the theater, and it's the opening scene. It's D-Day. And the guy said he looked over, and Kevin Spacey was jacking off.
To D-Day.
To D-Day.
Yeah.
To Saving Private Ryan's D-Day.
Right. Just headshot, explosion. Ugh.
guess
Just trying
you
to
could
see
say
if
it was
he was trying
his.
to take his temperature.
D-Day.
The afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
if you
take
can
his
trick
time.
guys that easily, it just goes to show that the women never
Yeah.
stood a chance.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
to be,
absolutely right.
to be fair to Spacey, that's a very fair point. To be fair to Spacey, the possibility of getting head during that D-Day scene is immense. Dude.
Iconic.
It'd be crazy.
It would outweigh all of his Oscars. It would be the biggest accomplishment. I made a straight guy suck my dick during D-Day.
He says that at his Hollywood Walk of Fame speech. Of all my accolades.
He should have put his cock in the hand star.
Yeah, true.
Fell forward and put his dick in.
Or it's just 9 fingers and then 1 dick imprint. Guess which one is
Is
which.
Kevin Spacey, he's back. He's just like back doing his thing now. Why do they do the behind the actors studio now?
I don't think they. No. That wasn't.
That was
behind the
stock footage. He
Yeah.
just did an interview now, didn't he?
He came out after 3 years of silence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the interview was. I think for some reason I heard behind.
No,
the
this
actors.
was interviewing the victims.
Oh.
Just dudes who got honked over the last 25 years.
What?
Honked,
A lot of
gorked.
dudes got
It was a
honked.
honkumentary.
It was an absolute honky-mentary.
He likes flipping servicemen. That's his ultimate fetish because his dad was a Nazi and would like diddle him like while dressed in SS gear.
What?
So
His
now
dad was a big-time Nazi.
yeah. And his like fucking brother
His
now
brother turned into
dresses
Rod
like
Stewart. His brother, he had a Nazi dad. He
Jerking
turned-
off the D-Day makes a little more sense now.
True.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "These fucking defeat these motherfuckers."
Yeah.
dude."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I
That's,
never thought of that.
So he got molested by his dad in Nazi clothes.
I think molested's a nice way to put it.
Maybe.
He got turned out repeatedly.
It's like that joke. There's the one guy that's watching child porn in a Nazi outfit. That was Kevin Spacey's dad that actually did that.
I'm telling you, it's a widespread phenomenon.
He's like, how can I make this more evil?
Damn,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
'Cause He
Spacey's.
he just did an interview himself, though. I'm pretty sure.
I think he did. No, he did one with Tucker Carlson. That was nuts, dude.
Recently.
Yeah, he did a Tucker one where he broke the fourth wall again and did that fucking House of Cards thing.
No, he did it
Yeah,
again.
he did it during the interview with Tucker. It was very weird.
What Tucker says? Like,
Tucker's like,
okay.
oh,
Whoa, all right.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had a Zin, Kevin Spacey?
yeah.
It's a bit strange.
He's usually calmed me down.
Damn.
But yeah, jacking off during Saving Private Ryan was making me laugh very
All
hard.
time bro move.
It's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy, dude.
But
It is funny to get just by your own devices to rationalize being in Kevin Spacey's basement, being like, yeah, man, I'm a phenomenal. That one commercial he saw me in, he just,
Yeah, and he never saw any of these guys
Yeah.
in anything. And they were like, this could be my entire career. I have to do this. The one guy was like, I'm not gay. I sucked his dick for like 10 seconds. And then I was like, well, this is not me.
Then he and he barfed.
He barfed.
10 seconds, dude. That's kind of fucked up. He sucked him for 10 seconds. If I was on the jury, I'd
The
be like,
spaceman finished it off. Don't worry. The spaceman jacked off and then drove around with him for like 3 more
For
hours.
3 hours,
with
just
cum all
covered
over
in cum.
himself.
All over the steering wheel in his pants.
what a high crime. I would have stood up in the jury and be like, you sucked him for 10 seconds and
Yeah.
stopped? Be like, guys, I would have given an
I rest
impassioned
my
speech.
case.
I would have given an impassioned speech. Like, what's really wrong? What's the greatest wrong here?
Yeah.
True. You should be on trial.
10-second suck will give a man a heart attack.
Yeah, you're guilty of blue ballery.
Damn, Spacey, dude. That's sick. Is he making a comeback amongst this like negative documentary? Is that why he did Tucker?
I don't know. I'm sure he's trying to make a comeback, but
Yeah.
that's as far as I got. Did he do anything real evil in there?
How far did you get?
I got to the.
Did you get to when he opened the theater and it was just his little like sweet candy shop of young boys?
No.
Dude, he like ran this like very famous theater in London and he would have these like intensives where he would just round up like 60 of the most like supple dudes and be like, I'm your teacher. Come. And then he would just like sit next to him and like rub their backs and be like, you need to tap into something deeper. And then invariably, fuck most of
You
them.
tap in.
Yeah. But every one of them was like, I've been training my whole life for this moment to be near Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's like, meet me upstairs. And he's just got his fucking throbbing cock in his hand. Yeah.
You think that would be, you know, were these like young boys or are they
No, I think they were like 19,
actors?
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had some training.
If you're
Barely
like a
legal.
straight 40-year-old guy and they're like, you're in a job interview and be like, any good qualities? Be like, I'm so driven by ambition one time that I completely rationalized
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's dick for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how bad I want success.
Yes.
Right.
Like that one guy. Wasn't that with the Fire Festival documentary? Remember that guy who blew everybody for like water?
Oh my God. Yes.
That guy ruled.
He
They're
went
like,
like-
we need water for the festival. And the guy was like, you can't have this water. And he was like, so I sucked his dick. And
Yeah. And that guy was like the president of Haiti or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
needed water, dude.
You wanted to
Did
keep
what
it
he had
going.
to
How
do.
far do you think I could suck my way up into like local politics?
I think you could
Alderman?
Go, I think you can
You
get
think I
real
get pretty
far.
far?
You'd be an alderman for
Yeah.
sure.
State senator, easy. Yeah.
That's how you
City
become an alder
council
man
member.
from an alder
Yeah.
boy.
I just become a trash man. I just be
Yeah, you, fuck.
You
Fuck, I
get a
sucked
job at
my
the
way
water
down.
plant.
suck my way down to sanitation.
Now, Matt, you've had a big week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of sucking and all this stuff, I'm a pedophile now on TikTok.
Oh shit!
Yeah, pedophile. It is what it is, bro. I got to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of funny though. It has been it's what I get. I've been calling people pedophiles online for now 6 years, so I was just like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, let's see how this feels.
Yeah.
Not good. Yeah,
That's
it is
the
usually
word.
who smelt it, dealt it, dude.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's my bad. I know. As soon as it hit me, I was like, all right, fair enough. I get it. Although
Yours was clearly funny.
it was a joke, dude.
Yeah,
It was
you were
clearly
goofing.
a joke.
Yeah.
It's just
Talking about being like bummed out by the lack of jacked kids. It does sound like a pedophile, but it's a
It's
joke.
funny.
It's a funny joke.
It's true. Those
Stand
swim
by.
shirts are a scourge. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I do wonder what those shirts are for. That SPF, like every kid wears a rash guard now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, bro, you're gonna have the most wicked farmer's tan.
I mean, if that technology was available when I was a fat child, you best believe I would have been in it head to toe. Instead of getting bean dipped relentlessly.
True. Yeah, it was like that was like crazy. I still to this day, if someone has a shirt on in the pool, I'm going like, what the
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
are you doing?
It's very weird.
It was unthinkable. Now it's like standard issue: shirt in the pool, shirt in the
Well,
ocean.
you see him at indoor pools, and you're like, all right,
What's
you got
this for?
bruises. What's happening?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. I used to rock pretty hard titty twister bruises too.
Oh, yeah.
My dad would get furious if he saw that. He'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You're gonna get fucking cancer from that." I'd be like, "Fuck." He would tell me that you get cancer if you have like bruises around your nipples. He's like, "That gives you cancer, dude."
Holy shit! My sister has breast cancer. Holy shit!
What have you done?
Too many titties.
Too many sweet titty twister. I don't think you really titty twister in women is
It's part of the game.
it's tough.
It's life.
It is life. It's just life, but it's a tougher.
Kind of the finest part.
I don't think I've ever successfully titty twisted a girl.
No, I'm just talking a little.
Oh, it's
Start the
real.
ignition a little. Yeah.
Ding dong, I'm here.
Like you're starting the engine, but it won't turn
Yeah,
over?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it'd be tough. His boobs are naturally squishy, so if you try to twist the boob, it'd just be like, haha,
Mm.
on guard.
I got bean dipped a week ago, and I chopped the kid like a pro wrestler.
You should.
I did.
Bean dip is the ultimate offense.
It's the worst thing you
What's
can
the
do
bean
to a
dip?
man.
Get a
When
nipple.
someone lifts you,
Lifts
Tit-
your
tit
boob.
lift.
We all know the boobs in
that's
there.
so the boob lift. I know the boob lift. I never heard
Yeah.
it referred to as a bean.
Oh, yeah.
Bean dip.
Maya's been kind of like anytime I'm leaning forward, she's been hitting me with these. And I'm like, yeah, all right,
Bean dipping you.
that's
Yeah.
enough.
She's
Yeah.
a young bully.
She's just it's purely out of curiosity. She's been like, what is that shape? And she's like moving
Yeah.
it. I'm like, man, all right, that's
Little fuckers.
get off, go to bed. You're in trouble.
It's 2 PM.
Remember you didn't listen the other day? Go to bed. Yeah. I have been reflecting on the internet though. I'm like, it is nuts because I am like when you get like I was making fun of Meek Mill a lot, being like, dude, he keeps defending himself, and I'm like, now I get it. If someone says something bad about you, you want so badly, be like, guys, for the record, I'm not.
You want to put out that Drake, the whole Drake diss.
I know.
The response. I'm just like, if I was a pedophile, I'd be arrested by now.
I know. It's so hard not to be
Yeah.
like, guys, in all seriousness, I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah. I think the lady doth protest too much.
You
I
can
love
never.
that sweet pussy.
You can never defend the pedophile
You
accusation.
can't. You
gotta
absolutely can't.
You know,
You have to just take him.
yeah.
It's just a thorn in my life forever. I feel.
Come off a kid's back. You got it. Let that slide. You know?
True.
Yeah, you have to go into hiding for 3 years and then do Tucker Carlson. That's the way out.
Was his pedophilia?
You know, it's none of my business.
Spacey got that was the original accusation, was a young.
Yeah, that was his defense. Yeah.
This sounds terrible, but in his defense, he was at a gay party.
How young was the kid?
I don't know. Teeny bops. Yeah, a little teeny bop.
Yeah. Doop, 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 wow.
At a gay party. Teeny bopped at a gay party, which is terrible. Again, terrible.
What?
Yes.
Get T-bopped at a gay party? Why you say it like that then?
Because there's a thing going around. I've heard gay people say this, being like it's like
That's how you get initiated.
not as police. Like that whole it was like more held down, almost like in the 90s, like jailbait, where they kind of kept partying in that vein. That's what I've heard from a gay guy online, or maybe I just made it off in my head.
There was like a history
But
of
it
like,
was like Milo Yiannopoulos hit that.
Yes, I
Right,
think he was
yes.
talking about that. Like, bro, it's kind of part of being gay is like.
What is it, Sean? What have you discovered?
In 2017, actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of making sexual advances toward him, and Rapp was 14 years old.
Anthony Rapp, what was he in?
I don't know.
Nothing,
All
'cause he
the
didn't
money
suck
in the
Spacey.
world. All the money in the world.
He's in Star Trek?
I guess.
Damn. That'd be crazy
Sick.
being in like the mothership, knowing Spacey's on your ass, just be like, yes, Spock.
Yeah, beat me up, dude. Get me the fuck out of here.
send me into space.
The spaceman.
Yeah.
But this has inspired me though to I'm gonna try to not ingest any product of the algorithm for like a month and see if it, because now I'm kind of like questioning everything. I'm going like, dude, that's crazy, because it's a fake thing. It's like there's an entirely manufactured story. And
Yeah.
like, dude, how much of the shit I read is just completely
How big
fake?
is this fucking story?
There's like 1 million people on there. There's about 1 million people on TikTok and think I'm a pedophile.
Really?
I think so.
It was a tectonic shift. Yeah, it was a lot.
I don't have TikTok on my phone, so I don't know how to get onto it and look at it. So I have no idea what's going on. My cousin,
You tweeted about it.
I
He
did.
said I'm a pedophile on TikTok now.
Shirts now. Every little kid at the beach wears a fucking sun protective shirt. It's like, let me see your pecs.
She's crying.
What? They all wear fucking shirts now. They all wear fucking shirts now. Every little kid at the beach wears a fucking sun protective.
The video you shared is a lady crying, going, "What?"
no, it is very funny.
You were just goofing, dude.
I was having a good old time. It's funny. I went on one cool podcast by myself. I'm a pedophile.
You went rogue.
I got one shot.
You need handlers.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. I will say it does make the community pool very weird when I'm swimming. I mean, obviously nobody
Oh
said
no! If someone's like, "You're the guy from TikTok."
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I mean, just what I do to lay low there in the community pool, I just keep a snorkel on and I just float.
Some Texas dad's gonna punch you in the mouth, dude. Get the fuck out of here!
He's gonna jack up my goggles. When you get the fuck out of here. But no, that was funny.
It is funny.
That was a good time.
That's nothing. You'll be all right.
No, it really isn't anything. It was just it's just funny how it does set the wheels spinning.
A lot of views though.
Yeah.
Dude,
a lot of
that
people talking
that
about
was
it.
one video.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't have TikTok. I might download it so I can comment on all these. Like I know him.
He's a
He's a
pedo.
fucking pedo.
He's a sure pedo. Yeah, though that's the thing that for real spun me out. And obviously, it sounds like is like just all pure self interest, but nothing gets your attention more than your image being manipulated to being a pedophile.
Yeah, you don't want your
Yeah.
face in the word pedophile. on the
Yeah,
same
but you for
screen.
real, it's like holy shit, man. I'm gonna try to like take 2 months. This is crazy, but again, I've been the spearhead of many false claims myself. Tom Hanks, I'd like to apologize for calling you a pedophile.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. We obviously apologize. Obviously, Jersey Drake. We obviously apologize.
We're sorry.
Who else? Hillary Clinton. We're not sorry, baby.
Nah, you definitely took boys from Haiti, dude. You took little kids from Haiti.
Gardini,
I have no idea.
Gardini.
no apology.
No apology to you.
We know what you did.
God motherfucking damn. How was that pitch, bro?
I'm so
I
scared.
heard you smoked it.
I did pretty good.
Strike. I heard you basically threw a strike.
Close to a strike. Painted the corner.
They would have
From the
swung at it for
Bryce,
sure.
Bryce framed it for me nicely.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you train at all?
I went to Texas's baseball field last week. Shout out Ace. Went with our boy.
That's awesome.
And
His name's Ace for real.
yeah.
Beast.
And he's a pitcher there at Texas. So I was like, I need to be able to throw from the mound. I have no idea what this is like.
And he hooked you up.
And he was like, yeah, come to the field.
He's like,
So
I
I
can
went.
see a good picture, and he's kissed you in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right when I got there, I was like, where is everybody? And he's like, it's just you and me. And he kissed me.
People come and go from this practice all the
I
time.
sucked his dick for 10 seconds.
But I sucked his dick. Nah.
That's hetero, bro. That's hetero.
We're
If
going to
you-
ruin him, dude. His boys are going to watch this.
I'm just kidding. We're talking about Kevin Spacey before. I'm saying that's hetero. That's a new rule. If you pop off the pipe in 10 seconds, hetero.
Passed.
Like, you know what? This is not for me.
That is, yeah. Sucking
if
a guy's
food-
dick and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What am I
Dude,
doing?
straight.
But I got on the mound, threw a couple. They were good. I was like, oh, thank God. I thought I had a full girl arm. And then
You're lefty too, bro.
lefty, dude. You see, I'm fucking.
So,
Yeah.
If you throw it hard, it's very hard to throw a strike.
Yeah.
I tried that, and every time it went
Dirt.
a mile over the head.
Oh,
No,
you throw high.
Sail it, yeah.
Because you're also elevated on that mound.
Yeah.
So there's a whole
Ah.
trajectory
It's not that
situation.
high. Everybody talks about that. Mound wasn't that. But when you get out, when I
You
got
have a
out
lot
there.
of mound talks.
What's that?
You talk about mounds a lot?
No, a lot of people say that. They're like, you forget how high that mound. It's not.
Yeah.
Like you just did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I was trying to
I know you
contribute.
were, but I'm saying that's an example of something that somebody who's never been on the mound would say.
Yeah, but I am mound shaped.
What about standing on a plate?
You could have
on the
stood on
mound?
my belly and thrown the pitch, and it would have been fine. That would have been a show.
Would have been a big show.
Did you have foot on plate from the pitch?
Yeah.
Did you have to have your foot on the plate when you start the pitch?
Yes,
Okay.
but I got there, and everyone was like, "You got to throw from the mound, or you're a pussy." And then as soon as I walked in, the lady was like, "You're not allowed to throw from the mound. Throw from in front of it."
What?
And I was like, starting to have a panic. I was like, "I have to, dude. I'm gonna get called gay."
You have
by
to ignore this lady, yeah.
100 dudes on the internet are gonna call me a pussy for this.
So the lady at the Phillies game said you can't stand
Yeah,
on
she
that?
was like, "You can't go on the mound."
Bro.
And I was like, "I'm gonna go. I have to go." And she was like, "Look,
Don't.
you're gonna be the only one out there. No one's gonna stop you. Go ahead."
Oh,
I was
that's
Thank
awesome.
you. And then you get out there, but then when fucking Bryce Harper, first off, I forgot it was him that was doing it.
That's kind of
It
crazy.
was
Yeah.
very scary.
Yeah.
Like when he walked out, I was like, "Oh, there he is."
He's
but
like the
he-
biggest star on the Phillies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Damn.
when they get into the catcher's position while you're up there, you're like, "Holy shit!" It's so far
Bro.
away and so small. I was like, "I'm definitely gonna miss this."
My God.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it the entire time.
Yeah.
Like while I was throwing, I was like, "Don't fuck this up! Don't fuck it up! You're releasing it! Oh no!"
Oh my.
You know what I mean? You
God.
would hope that you would like.
How slow did that ball in your mind travel to his?
I
glove?
could no, it went fast in
Blacked
my
out.
mind. I was like, "Whoa!" I drilled it.
Did he put the glove off? Like, God.
Tommy John after that.
But I got up on the mound, and then they kept announcing other people, and I just had to stand there for like a minute, and I was like looking at Bryce Harper, like, "Dude, when do I fucking go? When do I go?" And he was like, "Relax, dude, relax."
so fucking funny.
Yeah, it was very neat, and I was very happy to do it, but I was dreading it all day.
Yeah,
It
dude.
was
That's
so scary
terrifying.
all day.
That's terrifying. And
Yeah.
what's at stake is like,
My entire man,
oh God,
yeah.
dude.
everything.
Yeah.
Unless you went full wild thing and just spaz spike.
I
the
mean,
ball.
I considered throwing it as hard as I could because
You
it
did the
would
right
be
thing.
hilarious.
You did the right thing, dude. That would have I couldn't handle that. That's one type of footage.
Oh,
that
hold on,
would
did I show
crush
you
me.
this? So Topps made a fucking baseball
I
card.
saw
out of it.
that. Do you get it? Is it a physical card?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I seen that. That's
Hold
awesome.
on.
Yeah.
Ethan sent me the copies of it. They sent me the options. I gotta show you this one. There's this one.
That's awesome.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah. That's nice, dude.
I'll send it to you. We can put it on. Like
very
absolutely not.
No.
The throw. They should have gave you
fat
ball.
hip
They should have gave
hanging out
you
of the
ball in
side.
hand though.
Right after the release is nice. You can see how hard I'm trying
Yeah.
to throw a 45 mile an hour pitch.
Yo, 45 is no fucking joke.
45 is no joke, dude. A lot of people joke
That's
around.
not a fucking joke.
Gerby's was the biggest cocksucker about it.
What was he doing?
He was like, "That wasn't bad." I was like, "Steve, you could never do that."
what the fuck?
Yeah, he was a dickhead. He was like, "That wasn't bad." was
We all might have to clock in, dude.
I think I'd love that. Well, we're gonna need 40,000 people watching.
True.
That's another big part of it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you can't recreate that.
40,000 Phillies fans.
Right. The
You-
worst ones.
Just people that are dying to call you gay.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
with
oh,
batteries.
God,
They
yeah.
want it so badly. for
Chomping
you
at the
to-
bit, dude.
Just for that pitch to fuck up and them all get to be like, ah.
Yeah.
You got to do Citizen. Your new goal is to do Citizens Bank Park. You have to do a show at Citizens Bank Park so that you can relive the pitching for 40 thou.
They're gonna.
Our Gerber smoke it.
I'm gonna get Gerbies on that field this summer.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get him out there.
dude.
That fucking bitch.
Give him like August. Give him like August too.
I'm getting
He's
day
hot.
game August.
Yeah, dog days.
I'm gonna make him drink the night before, so his arthritis is really inflamed. You're gonna fuck with his disease.
Oh my god.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, Steve, you had a panic attack at the Q&A, dude. You'd never be able to stand in front of
Why
these.
did he say that was all right like that?
I don't know. He was being a dickhead. And he was laughing about it. And then he came to my house on Friday and my parents and was still talking shit. He was like, it wasn't that bad. It was all right.
Oh my
You got
God.
it there. I was like,
Oh my god.
You got it
I was
there.
like, Steve, you know what the fuck are you talking
Does he
about?
love baseball?
He does now. He got into the Phillies this year. He
Oh,
got
you're
into
telling me that
he got into Bud Light and the Phillies, dude. So Gerby's is gonna work. Gerby's is
I like who just did a special amongst like a crowd of psychiatrists. Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
CQ. That's a
He's the
wild
man.
move.
He is.
The shit he does is pretty tight.
He doesn't
Yeah.
get enough love
True.
in the grand
doesn't.
scheme.
But that show he did was Tough Crowd was like
Tough Crowd was
huge.
the best.
It was awesome. Yeah.
It was like instead of Bill Maher was doing his thing and he was just doing a bro down on HBO, which was like pretty tight.
Yeah.
Well, you guys kind of did that same thing though, where you platformed your dumb friends and let them, compete for your affection.
Spout their opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
Lemaire, do you have any good thoughts lately? You
I'm
usually have the worst opinions.
What?
Oh yeah, he said he could throw 70 miles an hour yesterday.
What?
70, bro.
Dude, give me a month.
That's
I think
always
it-
the argument. Give me a month.
You're gonna put
Yeah.
8 hours a
Give me
day
a
into
week,
learning.
I'll
to
do
do
What's the
70.
fastest you ever clocked in at?
I don't know, dude.
Never once. Never clocked
70's crazy.
Yeah.
dude.
once. 70 to a catcher. Not
Not-
just fucking throwing it as hard as you can. To
I
nothing.
don't even think that.
I think
No, he didn't.
your Uncle
I
Rico.
have a
Ball
dude.
through the
theory.
fence, dude.
I was with Lemaire all weekend. I have a theory that Lemaire learned to read from anime subtitles. I was watching him watch anime. I was like, this is definitely how he learned to read.
I bet.
I think so.
Lemaire, there's no way you got good grades in school.
I was like a B student,
I could see you
B
actually.
guy.
That was in the Detroit public school systems.
No, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
But for a guy
Great
without
months.
a lot of friends, that's bad.
What do you
It's not like
mean?
you had any
I had
distractions.
some bros, dude. I had bros.
You weren't busy getting laid or anything.
Did you have friends that beat you up?
Dude, I had bros. No.
I believe you have bros, obviously. You're
Dude,
my bro.
dude.
You're the man.
It was fun to observe Lemaire in the
Don't
wild.
try to get off that mic. I want you on.
You guys came to that bar after your late show,
Yeah.
and I was observing. Lemaire was like involved in a conversation over here, and then someone brought up anime or something, and you turned and left and implanted yourself into
Oh,
this
he'll just
conversation.
walk up to people and
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah, he was very good. He was very free. I admired
It's
it.
all right, man.
They're talking about Wayne Head.
I heard you've been a bit of a prick around the comedy scene here.
No. I haven't even been around.
I heard you've been a little cocky.
No.
Oh, dude, you should have seen the pops he was getting in Denver too.
Yeah.
It was, dude. The host would be like, "What do you want me to?"
joking, dude.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
The host would be like, "What do you want me to say for you?" Lemaire would be like, "Doesn't just whatever, just And they'd be like, "All right, man." Like, and they came to
Oh,
me
they're
like,
like, who the fuck's this guy?
"Yeah," and then you'd go
They
out.
don't
And
know
they'd go
Lemise.
out and be like, "Ugh," and they
Yeah.
both came back and were like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah,
they were
they
just,
don't know
they
the
were just
power.
laughing. They were like, "We didn't." That was crazy.
They don't know the path. They didn't know who they were dealing with.
They know they're dealing with the almighty Lemise. And then they ask him. They go, the manager Ashley was like, "Hey, Lemaire, do you headline?" He goes, "Yeah."
Oh, god damn it,
And I'm
Lemaire.
like, as soon as she left, I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? Just say yes."
Say yes.
Yes. Like, what the
I
fuck are
don't
you
know.
doing?
I couldn't. I did. I could headline. I just. I
You
don't
could
know.
headline there.
Yeah.
You totally
yeah.
could.
Yeah.
Anyone could. You're gonna kill there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I was just so. As soon as she left, I
That
was
would
like, dude,
suck ass to bomb there.
I've seen it happen.
You've seen people
I've
bomb
seen
there?
people bomb horrendously. There's a guy named John Heffron who's a comic.
You name him?
Well, I'm just saying he's a good comic, and I've hosted for him over
Yeah.
my career. He would come, I'd host and feature, and then he was going through a divorce. And I saw him right before he went on stage, slapping himself in the face in the mirror and saying, "You gotta be funny because it's all you got." And then he went out there and ate it horrendously. Yeah, and like before the show, he was like, "Yeah, I got all these bits about being married, but I can't do them
no,
anymore."
you gotta keep doing them, brother.
Shit, you gotta
keep doing them.
Yeah.
Yes, those are yours, dude. You earned them.
Right. And I'm saying his name because he is a good comic, but it was fun to see, you know.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was tough.
Good to hear your internal monologue.
You worked for those,
Those
brother.
are yours, dude.
Don't let her
You can't
take
take
them.
everything in the divorce.
No, dude. You'd have to keep an absolute
You get
moratorium.
to keep the jokes.
So I own a Kia Cedo. No.
Just being up there like, my dog does.
Her,
That would be crazy.
Her dog.
Because if I was like going through a divorce, talking about being married, I'd have a psychic break on
For sure.
stage. I would just like, or a psychotic break. 'Cause even like, I tell a joke about having the kids that are 2 and 4, just because like Chloe's turning 2 this week. So I just been like, rather than being like 1 and 4, and I'm
I
like
bet you on
2
stage.
and
Like,
4.
she's actually not 2 yet.
Dude, in my head, I'm going like, fuck, dude, she's not 2. Fuck. It, like, it fucking makes me feel crazy.
Yeah.
I also been having for the last show, I experimented. Like, can I start smoking a little bit of weed before shows now? I
It's an
experimented
experiment.
with the very last show, and I was fine.
It's an
It
experiment.
was just an experiment. But dude, I had this thing where I deal with a terrible internal monologue the whole time I do stand up. Yeah. But then I had like a visualized teleprompter of all the words I was about to say as I was doing that last show, and I was like, please make this stop. dude.
Oh, no.
It was killing me. It turned out to be fine, but it was like, I was like, well, that was an interesting
The experiment.
finding. It's just
The
wanna see-
findings,
I
the
just-
discoveries from the
I want to see if Terrence Howard was right, so I got high before my show.
Oh, no.
dude, the Philadelphia diaspora in Denver this weekend when Matt was there and the Phillies were in town. It was like
Oh,
fucking
hell
Mardi
yeah.
Gras,
Is that what
dude.
I kept seeing Phillies
Yeah,
gear?
the Phillies
Yeah.
were, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Phillies
it's
are losing a series to the Rockies.
which has never been
The
done.
fuck?
Yeah.
Dude,
the
I'll
worst
say
team.
I also performed physically at altitude. That is no easy task.
No.
I worked out and I thought I was for real having like a cardiac event.
Yeah.
I was like, why is my heart rate not going? And it was just at like a steady 135. And I was like, it's not going back down. I was like, fuck. And then I realized I was up in the air and I said, holy shit, these guys aren't kidding around about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
It's
you gotta
real.
come train with the big dogs.
I'm telling you. I felt superhuman. I worked out today and I was like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah. The Olympic
get-
Training Center in Colorado Springs is pumped out a lot.
I might start wearing the mask just so I'm ready. Did you ever
Like
see the
Bane?
Yeah, the oxygen.
Yeah.
The oxygen jet. Man, I need to be ready for it in case I have to compete in Colorado.
I get it.
He's got to compete in Colorado.
Yeah.
He's got to bench press 60-pound dumbbells again twice in Colorado. I need to stay ready. That like for real fucked me up. I was like, what an advantage.
It'll fuck
for-
me up on stage in Denver.
Yeah, dude.
You get dry mouth.
And the drinks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get dry. My nose was itchy. So the whole time, one of the shows, I was like,
That is a terrible
also
thing.
farted on stage. Finally, we
You
talked
did it.
about
Nice.
farting on stage.
Yeah.
You
Finally
just
did it on the
let
Late
out
Show.
a dog fart, like a quiet, seeped out while you were talking. Did you say anything?
No.
Well,
But I
on
kept trying to smell it. I was like, I wanted to see if it smelled.
Well, I told Matt on Thursday in Fort Collins, I was in the room and it's a small room and it's like 200 people, but it's packed. And I farted on stage. And then I was like, oh, fucking reeks. And then I was like asking the front row, like, you guys smell that? What the fuck is that? And then there was a big fat guy and I was like, it was you for sure. Look at you. You just did that.
That's evil.
Yeah,
You're
it's terrible.
evil, bro.
He was wearing my t-shirt and everything. I was like, God, this guy fucking
Fuck
farted.
you.
That's treason.
That's that
Genius,
goes against
though.
big guy code.
I know.
Bro.
Evil genius, though. That is evil genius. To get ahead of it, propagandize
The fats-
fart,
the
and be
fats-
like, it was you.
The fats are so quick to turn on each other, dude.
Well, it was like
So
that.
quick.
It was like
crabs
a
in a
sewer
bucket
pipe
mentality.
burst. It smelled so bad.
How bad was the fart? Was it like it stunk that
It
bad?
was really bad. Yeah, it was one of the worst things to ever leave my body.
You should have slipped 100 in his hand and be like, brother, sorry about it. After the show,
no.
yeah.
I let. He was with his girlfriend. I was like, does he fart all the time like
She
this?
was like, yeah. She was like, yeah.
Of course he does. Look
Yeah.
at him. Yeah,
Oh my God, that's so sick.
That's evil, dude.
yeah.
It is. It is. I will say, the quickness of getting ahead of your own fart and be like, the fuck is that? It's so funny, dude. God damn, dude, it was definitely you.
Yeah. Well, I could have owned
Did
it.
you like almost? Did he like ever cop to it, or was he like, it wasn't me, it wasn't, or was he just laughing?
No, he was loving it.
I told you that one before, right?
What?
I've copped the farts.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big guy. You get blamed for the fart
So you're just
immediately.
like, fuck it.
We were at a girl's
You've
house.
green miled out. You were just
I'm taking it.
Your mouse dies because you farted so bad.
I took we were at a girl's house in high school. We were in her basement, and
Stake's going to be higher.
a dog took a shit in the other.
You got blamed for
The dog took a shit, and someone was like, "What the fuck is that smell? Did you fart?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did fart." Oh yeah, I had farted. I had farted during the time in the basement. So I was like, "Yeah, I farted, but that's not me. It smells like dog shit." And they were like, "Ew, Shane." And I was like, "That dog took a shit."
They found the. When'd you find
Yeah,
the
they
pile?
found that it was somebody went to get a beer in the back room.
So you
and
were
there was a pile of
exonerated.
shit in there, and I was like,
Oh my
"You
god!
fucking assholes! Maybe admit in front of all these hot girls I farted."
That's terrible. And then just to be like,
It wasn't even like I farted. It was like a full interrogation. They're like, "I know you farted." I was like, "I swear to fucking God, I didn't fart. I might have farted earlier."
You got trapped in my jeans.
but thinking you were responsible for a dog shit. Dog shit.
I knew it wasn't
smells
me all along,
crazy.
dude. I knew it wasn't me all along. I knew the dog shit smell.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
knew it
It's-
wasn't me. I was like, "That smells like dog shit."
Yeah,
They're like, "Did you fucking fart?"
dastardly. Bro.
Yes, I farted.
And then you were exonerated.
we
so
all
that's good.
fart.
Kind of, but,
Yeah, but
then
dude-
all the girls knew I was down there farting.
Yeah.
So was every guy.
Which
though.
they had a hunch. Since we last talked, I had a nightmare gig. I did did we talk last time I did the Texas show?
No. What would happen?
I did the Texas
Oh, you did it. You
the
hosted.
NIL fund. Or like it was a fundraiser.
Yeah, it was like
for
a gala
Texas.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Dude, I had to go on the field. Like a concert, like a stadium size or like
Holy
a
shit.
concert stage.
Like a halftime show.
Yes. At the 50-yard line, there was probably, how many people do you think were there? Probably like 1,000, maybe. Maybe less. Just at tables. It was
just on the field.
It was just on the field. It was a dinner.
Oh god.
And I had to MC the show. So I had to go on first. The sun was out. It was 900 degrees.
Oh.
People were just walking into the event, standing and talking. Yeah.
This was suits.
And they were
This
like-
was like suits and stuff.
Yeah. They were like, "All right, go on, do 10 minutes of material." I was like, there's not one joke I have that can work here. And and Tony Hinchcliffe came with me, and I was like, "I'm gonna bring Tony on." And the guy was like, I guess word got around to the guys who set it up that Tony was gonna go on, and they were all like, "There's children here." I was like, "There's fucking children here? You didn't tell me there were fucking children here."
You're about to go.
Right before I go on, they're like, "Dude, please don't fuck this up, dude." And I was like, "All right."
They
Oh
said
my-
right before you went
Yeah,
on.
yeah. The guy who runs it's very funny.
That's so
But he was like,
funny.
"Don't fuck, come on, man." So I got on there. I tried one joke. Midway through, I was like, "This is insane that I'm even trying this."
At least
All
you
right.
were able to pull yourself out of
I
that.
just stopped.
I
was
would
like,
have barreled
I just
in.
told everyone, I was like, "This is insane that I'm up here."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "All right, I'll try a little Trump for him." I did 1 second of an impression, and I was like, "What the fuck? Never mind. I'm not doing that." And then I was like, "My buddy's Tony's here. Let's bring up Tony." And we did
You're like, Tony, keep it clean. There's fucking kids.
yeah,
here."
he started one. He started one that I knew the punchline. I was like, "Chill on that one. Next."
That must have been fun though to watch.
It was very fun. I genuinely had a good time. But
That's
it
awesome.
was funny.
Cold open's tough.
Vince
dude.
Young was there. He was in the front
No
row.
way.
And it was his birthday. And I was like, "Vince Young, I heard it's your birthday today." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How old are you? 41?" More like Vince old,
That's pretty good.
folks.
In the suit too. That's so nice.
Yeah, it was.
You were wearing a suit?
No, I was wearing
Business
a
carry?
Texas polo and jeans, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's your suit.
That's as,
Yeah.
that's as suited up as I get.
Did you guys raise a lot of money to get the kids to come and play
Yeah.
football?
Yeah.
Good.
Now I got to do it for Notre Dame.
Oh, that'll be
shit.
sick.
Got to raise money for the Irish, dude.
Now you know too the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring Sean
do
out
it,
dressed
bro.
like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It's not a bad
It'll
idea,
fill
actually.
4 minutes.
Yeah, I'll never. That was
Go
a
to
huge
Notre Dame
mistake.
dressed as a priest.
True.
That'd be sick.
Absolve people.
No, that'll be, dude. Master of ceremonies is nice.
Yeah.
I am not that.
I think you
I'm
actually could
terrible
be
at
a
it.
decent master.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I just watched Eastbound and Down for a full week, so I was up there just doing Kenny Powers. That's good for all y'all to be here tonight. Like just full. I had a Southern accent because I was nervous. No, it was a nightmare, and it was 100 fucking degrees.
Yeah, that's
Thankfully, Brooks and Dunn cleaned up the mess.
Oh
dude.
shit. B&D came out.
Brooks and Dunn cleaned up the
Well,
mess.
hell, did you
Yeah.
sing with them?
No,
Oh, they should have brought you up.
no, the whole crowd had enough.
The crowd's lighting you.
Yeah,
That's really hard to do.
yeah, dude, it was old Texas billionaires, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Crowd work's kind of out of the option too. Or
The whole thing.
Just crowd
There's
work
nothing
it.
you could do.
yeah, you can't be like, what are you guys married? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are old as hell. What are you, rich?
Me and my buddy Steven one time had to host a similar event for a hydrosyphilis benefit, which is waterhead
Yeah,
situation.
Hilarious.
And we were like, we were very young in stand up. It was the middle of the day at like a playground in a hospital. And Steve's a very, very dirty black comic. And I was like, dude, let's get through this and get the, $300.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be awesome. And then we walk out and there was all these kids with like huge misformed heads. And Steve just started laughing. And then I started laughing. So we're up on stage, like trying to 2-man, like auction off, the raffle
Yeah.
or whatever. And Steve's just giggling the whole time.
That's really
It was
terrible.
really bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Especially with the giggles like that. There's no stopping.
Those
it.
are
Well,
terrible
yeah, dude.
giggles.
And it was us against the world, and he's giggling, and I'm like, "Shut up!" He would like nudge me and like point at one of the kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was really bad,
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's literally what their whole organization's against.
dude. I know.
Is
all
the
right.
two bullies.
Yeah,
Like,
and I was not trying to bully. I was trying to raise money to
nothing
buy
you
them
could do.
bigger
If you
hats
didn't-
or whatever.
yeah. If you didn't know that was coming, if you walked onto stage
Yeah.
and saw a whole room of that, it's
Mars,
Yeah.
it was Mars Attacks.
It was Mars Attacks. And that's,
they laughed. They laughed at your jokes.
it was so bad.
I
That's a
mean, you're
tough
right.
one.
It's a horrible thing, but I could see just being young, get caught
Being
off
caught
guard.
off guard by that is.
It would fucking.
I
crush
would.
me. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
That'd
was
be really
like
hard.
24 years old. I
Yeah.
had like 8 minutes that was good. And I couldn't say any of it up there.
How'd it go? How'd the gig go overall? Did you guys
It was
settle
good
in?
because we figured out a bit where Steve would talk and I would get behind him and do funny faces. And then he would turn around and I would freeze. And that worked with the kids.
That's awesome.
And then it just devolved into me slipping on like fake things. Like there was like a napkin on the ground and I was like, let me get that. And I went and like tried to pick it up and slipped and fell
You
down.
guys did physical
There you go.
slapstick.
We had to do something.
yeah.
Slapstick's nice. The little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
stooge
Yeah.
action.
That's better than what me and Tony did.
Yeah.
I told
We
you I
just got up there
sang
and said,
before.
this sucks. This sucks. Sorry. I shouldn't be up here.
Yeah. I had to sing for a bunch of old Jewish ladies one time.
I remember that. The
Yeah.
middle of the set, they were just like,
I was doing stand up at a podium in the back room of a diner. And I was like, you guys really dislike this. What else do you guys want? Like, sing a song. I was like, you got it, babe.
yeah.
What'd you sing? Like
L is for the way you look at me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
I would have gone with Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I felt pretty good. I left and I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
You're a showman.
yeah,
Yeah.
I might be the greatest showman.
Song and dance man. Yeah.
I should have done
Modern
that
day
song.
Spacey.
You ever see The Greatest Showman, the movie?
Yeah.
When the sharpest words want to cut me down. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You should
like
watch it. You would
No,
cry.
I don't
The
like
Greatest
it.
Showman.
I
would-
will not cry.
The bearded lady would make you cry, dude.
No.
She would.
It's like looking in a mirror. Bearded lady.
That baseball, bro. That's
I
about the-
know. Yeah. I'll be the fence. You be Lemaire.
Yeah. Lemaire, you think you can put it through the fence?
Yeah, I think I can.
The Mees,
I
brother.
do think I can.
No.
The Mees, that ball's going to hit the
Hey,
fence with a unsatisfying
Yeah,
thud.
you've been wrong about everything you've said you
It's
could
gonna
do.
explode
Every
the
single
fence,
time.
dude.
We still got to play one-on-one b-ball. I heard you were talking smack that you could beat me in b-ball.
I think I can beat you, dude.
Well, Mary, you are. It's crazy. I would go right at one step. I'd be by you to the basket.
That's what you think, dude. I got good lateral movement.
What?
You have surprisingly good lateral movement.
Yeah, surprisingly good. Not good.
Yeah.
Not like it's holy shit. I didn't think you could move.
Yeah.
It's not like, wait, where'd Lemaire go?
Yeah.
You don't have anomalous movement.
I got enough to be defensive.
You seem defensive right now.
Z's in the knees right now.
We haven't played any real basketball in that pool yet, and I got to say that I'm a
Sam,
bit
I
bummed.
told you, I don't want that.
You and I
True.
are both hyper competitive, but we would have a nice time, and then after the game, we would shake hands and say,
No,
"Good
we
game."
wouldn't.
Yes,
Whoever
we would.
lost would be a giant pussy about it.
No,
You lost pig and you haven't got it out of your head.
it did take me about 10 minutes to get over that, but we still had a nice time.
What was the score? Letter score?
I was up.
He was up PI to
on
nothing.
him. Yeah,
Got the PIG and the prove it.
that's
Not
right.
a big deal.
Yeah.
The unnecessary prove it. You're like, you don't have to. I was like, I'm gonna prove
Did
it.
the ball never lies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're a hyper competitive guy, so am I. It's fun to get in there.
I mean, we're just gonna fight.
Yeah, but that'll feel good.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna feel good.
If you guys start fighting, Lamar can just beam the fence with a baseball.
Like hitting a pot. You
And
boys.
one day your neighbors look down into your house and see you
It's two
guys
guys
quarreling.
fighting.
Yeah.
And Lemaire
When they're
just like,
throwing a
"Thud."
60 mile an hour pitch,
I'm floating face down in the pool.
it's not gonna be good.
Fuck, it would be like, what was that movie? I can't, Gummy or Gummo or
Gummo, yeah.
Gummo. Their neighbor looks down. It's just a scene from Gummo.
Yeah.
That movie was in Belly.
Yeah.
That was
the
a movie
in Belly.
DMX was watching on his projector, and Belly was Gummo.
Oh wow.
Did you ever watch Gummo?
With the kids, the weird ass kids.
Yeah, dude. The
No, I
movie's
never saw it.
Fucked up. You should watch that.
It's haunting.
It's terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? To it?
You gotta see it. I don't want to.
What happened? Just tell me. I'm never gonna watch
It's
it.
bleak, stylized white trash. It's in like Xenia, Ohio.
Yeah.
The Rust Belt. Everything's gone. It's just these kids like eating spaghetti in a bathtub and trying to have fun.
I think at one point they someone pays to have. He has like a disabled sister, and he
Yes.
lets the guy have sex with his disabled sister for money. They're like selling cats to like a restaurant, I believe. I don't know
Yeah,
what-
exactly.
I don't know what kind of restaurant, but they do sell cats to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Forget what kind, and then they
Could be any.
the
Italian.
Olive Garden. I think it was the Olive Garden.
Italian.
It was Fazoli's.
The movie's it's a cool movie to watch, but it's fucked. You watch it, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Harmony. Was that
Korine.
Harmony Korine?
Mm-hmm.
What's his ass up to?
It's all in heat vision.
He's made a thermal vision.
Yes,
Classic.
I mean a thermal vision space saga. Yeah, it's
Sounds like this guy is making shit for dickheads to watch.
a little bit. Yeah, he did Spring Breakers.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Yes.
and he also wrote Kids.
Okay.
And I thought Kids was like a very important film to me.
And then
growing up.
what was that one? Moondog or
He did Julian Donkey Boy.
Beach Bum?
Is that McConaughey?
Yeah,
Yeah, that movie was sick.
Beach
as fuck.
Bum ruled.
Beach Bum was sick.
It made me want to get drunk outside so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heat Vision,
Doesn't
Heat
take
Vision
much.
sci-fi.
Oh, the sun's out.
Yeah, Heat Vision sci-fi could be a misstep.
It was not good, but it's definitely like a piece of art. I saw it. It
That's
was
what I
not
mean.
good.
Did you ever hear about the movie that no one will bankroll the Wachowski sisters to make?
No.
It's called Cobalt Neural 9.
What is it?
It's a sci-fi story that happens like hundreds of years after Earth, but it's also like tethered to like a story of two gay soldiers in Afghanistan.
Whoa.
Wait, where? What happens?
There's it's like a futuristic society that somehow it's like jumping back and forth between like a gay love story and like the Afghan American War, and then like this future sci-fi thing. And I don't know what the story's really about. Other
Just
than
keeps
these two gay
cutting
soldiers,
guys
They're
fucking.
just jumping back and forth.
Oh.
It's just so funny because they wanted like $20 million, and every studio was like, "No, dude.
No,
No, dude.
Of course not. Yeah.
Chowskis, no more."
you're done.
They're like, "This is going to be the next Matrix." And they're like, "No, dude, it's not." It's just such a funny title, Cobalt Neural 9.
Yeah.
I think
Starring-
there's more to it. I'm probably not doing it justice, but it was
Probably.
it was just very funny.
If that's the elevator pitch, I understand why it wasn't made. Yeah.
But no, apparently the Matrix obviously was a smash hit. But they after every movie after the Matrix, I don't think they ever pulled it off. But the animated Matrix they did was very sick. They did the Animatrix.
Yeah, O'Connor loves that shit.
That was pretty cool.
That's O'Connor's favorite thing.
Yeah, I just heard about that recently. It's actually pretty sick. But other than that, like I think they just like worked on other people's movies.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really have to do shit after the Matrix. You've done did it.
Yeah, you can hang
I'm
up
not
your
hating
jersey
it.
after
I'm
the
not
Matrix.
hating it all. The
You can hang
Matrix
up
is
your dick.
fucking nasty.
Yeah. And then copy your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of y'all? That would have been me as the doctor.
It also adds a
Both of
mystique.
y'all.
Yeah, true. It adds a mystique though to the
It
Matrix.
sure
You know,
does.
the directors just
Yeah.
fully went into the Matrix themselves. You're just
Yeah.
like, whoa, what even is real?
They unplugged.
Whoa.
Did they have penile removement surgery?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't even know it was them
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I think Matt had told me 15 times.
Yeah, that was something that for real blew my mind. The first time I heard that, I was like, that is not true. The people who do the Matrix did not both become girls. And my brother was like, look it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you're fucking lying to me.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. I Googled it and I was like, what the
It got me on the HBO. I was searching and it was like great female directors. I was like, there's no way a lady wrote The Matrix.
Yeah. Well, allegedly they stole that from a black woman. who wrote
Really?
a comic book that was very much The Matrix, and then they were able to turn it into a film. And this is all alleged.
Oh, that could be the impetus for the
Yeah.
yeah. Be like, oh,
Switching it up.
we're on safe
Yeah.
base. You
Yeah,
can't
we're on
get us.
base.
True.
Can't touch us.
Damn, bro. Just another fucking example of honky stealing black culture.
Well, yeah. Or it's the same thing as Spacey being like, I can't be a pedophile because I'm a homosexual. That was his defense, you know?
True. Sliding the
There you
safe.
go. I got bad news for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of them.
That Venn diagram?
All right. Well, we should probably switch over.
Yeah.
No,
Join
no.
us on the Patreon. Oh wait,
Let's follow this.
yeah. Join us on the Patreon.
Yeah.
James Fox, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me on.
You have your new documentary, The Program, I believe.
Yes, it drops. It dropped today.
Dude, that's
dropping
crazy.
right now.
How about the timing, dude? You couldn't have planned that better with the goddamn fucking...
I literally
Drones
had an
flying.
Air Force colonel text me and he goes, "So, what's up with the promotion? You managed to get a full-on alien invasion on the release of your film. How did you coordinate that?"
Hey, man, there's just larger forces at play, so that's all that is.
Yeah, no, I welcome it. I mean, you know, within reason.
Yeah, for sure. So
I don't want people to panic.
Yeah, well, dude, so to be honest, I was watching the documentary last night, and I was just like on the way to a holiday party, and I got really stoned from a vape pen. I haven't been smoking like that, and I was just like launched, and I started watching your documentary, and I just started bugging out. I started thinking about just the vastness of the cosmos, and just kind of the the inevitability of there's got to be some other sort of consciousness or life form out there. And it's like, I was bugging. I was like with my wife and I was like, dude, turn it off. I'm freaking out right now.
At what point did you turn it off? When we got to that the NASA conference or before?
It was before that, but we were, I just started thinking about it because it was all these like, there's these like Congress meetings and all these people. And it was like the line that, I don't know if it was from that or someone said it, but it's like, why would these people put their credibility at risk for no reason?
No. Come on. There's a there.
Yeah. So it's like, and so, just tell us a little bit about the documentary. How did you get into all that? And like, what kind of like launched you into identifying the UAPs now, not UFOs?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, UFOs, unidentified flying objects, and it went to UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. And then it because they're coming in and out of the oceans as well, they changed it to unidentified anomalous phenomenon. That's where we're at right now.
To me, it's like they're just making it harder and harder to say to obscure the truth. That's what I'm coming. It's like you unidentified alarm. I can't even say it. So I'm like, now I'm out of the race.
And UFOs had a bit of baggage. There was always sort of that knee-jerk reaction when you mentioned UFO. So I think they wanted to kind of,
Stoner
steer away
stuff.
from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was stoner stuff.
Yeah, get into the UAP stuff. And it was really funny. I think it was today or it was last night. Senate Majority Leader Schumer is being like hammered in the press. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not. And the guy's like, "You don't know what it is. Therefore, it's a UAP. You wrote the legislation. Don't you remember?" Like he's like, "Well, we don't know what they are. Therefore, it's a UAP." But they wanted to say the word
so blazed when he wrote the legislation.
They want to say drones because UAP has people freaking out.
Charged, yeah.
And it's so funny too because they're going, "Well, we have absolutely no idea what it is, but everyone's fine. Everything's safe. There's nothing to worry about here." Sure.
So there are just like tons of drones popping up and everyone's freaking out because nobody knows whose they are.
I initially, on first look, I was like, "Oh, it sounds, conventional," because, UAP demonstrated technology that's sort of light years advanced from anything we have. But then I started doing a little deeper dive, and I'm hearing reports that they're evading the military, radar, FLIR. They go dark. They have a loiter time of hours and hours and hours. Then the Coast Guard reported being followed over the ocean. I mean, it just something weird is going on. I don't know exactly what it is or who's behind it, but people are scratching their heads.
That would be crazy if it truly was like an alien consciousness, but this was their like mall kiosk of them like flying around holiday toys and being like, check this out. And everyone's freaking out.
Watch us freak out the humans. Look at them run.
So just take us through. You don't have to obviously give the whole documentary away, but it's like, how did you get into that? And like, how, like, to what depth does this whole phenomenon go? Because like you were saying, when I grew up, it was just like aliens, and you'd get a poster with black lights of an alien being like, peace, man.
Right.
But yeah, the more you hear about it, like, they just came out of nowhere. Like the government, I feel like a couple years ago was like, oh, by the way, aliens are probably real. And everyone was just like, what the fuck? What are you guys doing right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, so how that came about, I'll back up a little bit and tell you how I got into it. And I had a father who was a journalist. He was a quadriplegic with MS. And so at a very early age, I was traveling around the world with him because I was his legs, I was his chauffeur, I was his nurse, his secretary. You know, we just traveled together. He was a mainstream journalist. We interviewed people like Stephen Hawking and race car legend Dan Gurney, and just did a lot of cool stuff together. And so I had a sneak preview into journalism pretty early on in my life through my dad. And then I had a high school buddy of mine that when we graduated, we were 18 and we flew to Europe and we bought a used car, Renee Harris, and we bought a used car, drove from London down to Portugal. We were really close, man. We were like brothers. And then we parted ways for like a year or two as things done. You know, he had different things going on, whatever. And then I, reunited with him. And he was suddenly into this whole UFO thing. And I was like, oh, God, Renee, man. Like, I remember thinking, I'm going to have to cut my best friend loose. Yeah. Like, this is really unfortunate, you know? And he was talking about Roswell and UFO crash and alien bodies. And I honestly thought he'd lost his mind. I mean, I really did.
Yeah. What year was this roughly?
Probably 93.
Yeah.
Maybe 94, 93.
You were looked at as crazy back then for it.
And so anyway... I was apprenticing at a video production company, and I went into work, and I was telling my buddy Richard Van Sickle about it, and I had really looked up to. He was 10 years my senior and really professional, great guy. And I was like, oh man, my really good friend is like suddenly gone off on the deep end. He's into UFOs and aliens and spaceships that crashed in Roswell. And my buddy Richard looks at me and goes, you didn't know about Roswell? I was like, how would I know about Roswell? No, I don't know about Roswell. How would I know about Roswell? He goes, well, the government actually admitted that they did recover a fly. Really? He goes, yeah, check it out. Like, they actually admitted it. And then the very people that were involved in the cover-up came forward on camera before they died saying it was original, the original press release was correct. So I was like, oh my gosh. I started looking into it. Went to a few conferences, met a few military guys, and I was like, God, maybe there's something going on here. Mm-hmm. And so I told my dad, I was like, I was doing video production at the time, and I was doing PSAs and things of that sort. And I was like, I think I'm going to do a documentary on UFOs. And my dad was like, oh my God, please, son, don't do that. Like, he literally said it's a dead end street. There's nothing to it. You're wasting your life. Please. And not only did he was begging me, he had all of my other members, because I was born in England, of the family, writing me letters saying, your dad is very concerned about you.
Oh, you were getting like English letters about it.
Don't do it.
That'd be a tough, just like a a scolding.
Just like
I've been reading Bertrand Russell's autobiography, and there's a lot of like English letters, and they're pretty. Yeah, they'll get you, man.
Anyway,
a stinging letter.
My grandmother used to call me a rapscallion, you hooligan, you skiver, breaking into the house at all hours of the morning. Yeah, she was.
So your whole family's
so
like,
my family's like, please reconsider. Your dad's very concerned, and I just was like, well, I'm of course being a Taurus, I'm a bit stubborn. And I just went all in, and I think it took me about 4 years. And I was at the end of it. I was like, I'm never doing another UFO doc ever again. But I sold it to Discovery Channel. It aired on Learning Channel, and I kind of got the last laugh. And then I got invited to Russia, and because I got invited to Russia, which I ended up going in the late '90s and meeting with generals and cosmonaut Pavel Popovich. And then I got an invitation to meet with Mercury astronaut Gordon Cooper, because I've been trying to get interviews with him on my first doc. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, I guess I'm doing another doc, because I got all these amazing interviews and I went to Russia and stuff. And so I did another one, and that one was called Out of the Blue. And that took me 5 years.
Okay.
And I finished that and I said, never again. I remember my partner was in a fetal position crying, and his wife's like, you're killing my husband. Like, stop.
What was wrong with
We
him?
were pushing each other so hard,
Yeah.
so hard to do a good doc, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just get to the end and I'd been there myself. You're broken.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I guess the documentary's done because I didn't really feel like it was where it needed to be. But we were all out of steam. We were out of money. I pushed my partner to the brink of death. And his wife was screaming at me, like, so I was like, all right. So then we sold that to NBC Universal, and it aired as a 2-hour special on the Sci-Fi Channel. And then 3 years later, I owned the rights again, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this back up and make it to the film I always wanted it to be. So I spent a couple more years on Out of the Blue, and I released that as a director's cut. And in the process of that, I broke a big story with the governor of Arizona, Fife Symington, who there's a very famous Phoenix Lights case that happened in March 13th, 1997. And the governor poo-pooed it at the time. And then 10 years later, I met up with him. It's like, why did you poo-poo it? You had one of your aides dressed up as an alien. He came and mocked the whole thing. And all your, constituents were upset. And he admitted that he saw it too. So then that happened and exploded in the headlines.
What did he see? Oh, he saw the lights.
Oh, he saw a craft. He saw a
What?
big, all connected boomerang shape. He said it must have been a mile from wingtip to wing across because it was so big.
Why did he poo-poo it though?
He said that there was overwhelming fear, like people were just freaking out.
Oh.
He contacted the local Air Force Base, Luke Air Force Base. He contacted the Pentagon, and they all shrugged their shoulders, according to him, and said, "We don't know what the hell that thing was."
What?
So anyway, I broke that story, and then I got. I hope you don't mind. I'm giving you a longer version of this.
No, I like it, dude. Yeah.
So I broke that story, and it catapulted me into the limelight. I mean, we were on all the talk shows, Larry King Live, with the governor, and I thought, gosh, this would be a really good time to capitalize on this attention because media coverage is very fleeting, and it only happens. You're lucky if it happens once in a lifetime. So I was like, hey, let me capitalize on this, and let me do an event at the National Press Club. And so I did with my friend Leslie Kane, and it was 2007, and we flew in 14 military and government officials from 7 countries and held an event at the National Press Club, and I shot the whole thing on HD, and then I ended up making a movie about that, which I sold to A&E called I Know What I Saw, and it was a 2-hour History Channel special. So then I was just like, I'm done with UFOs. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
And I one of the things I've learned is never say never because I've said that so many times in the past. But then I stepped away from it for a little while. I did a film on the BP oil spill in 2010. And then
Has that ever gotten cleaned up? Are the waters good now from that? 'Cause
I don't know if they're gonna realize the long-term environmental impacts because they were pumping Corexit 5,000 feet down into the oil, trying to keep it like from surfacing because they get fined for all the surface oil.
Oh, really?
So if they hide it with the Corexit, which they'd never done subsea injection before, so they did that. And
They just blanket it down on the bottom, basically.
they dumped more Corexit into the Gulf ever before, more than they'd ever done anywhere. It was a huge lab test in the Gulf. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been
In fact,
personally boycotting BP forever since that. I won't get their gas.
So I
think it hurts
got there's only 2 times where I've almost been killed. I've been threatened to be killed in all my filmmaking years. One of them was when I did the BP oil spill film. There was a fisherman. He was head of fisheries for a number of different states. And he met with me secretly, and he was giving me photographs of the fish impact that it was having on these species from the Corexit and the oil. And they had like cysts and boils and just disgusting.
fuck.
He gave me these photographs, and he goes, "You reveal my identity, boy, I'm going to hunt you down and slit your throat. Do we have an understanding?" I said, "Yes, sir, we do." And he wasn't kidding. He was like, he goes, "Because I run the fisheries, I'm shooting myself in the foot along with a lot of other people, but I can't in good conscience let the people
Right.
eat this stuff not knowing what's going on, like turn a big lab experiment." The other time I almost got shot in the face is when I was making Moment of Contact. I don't know if you ever saw that film. It's about a UFO crash in Brazil. I was there with my buddy Marco Leal for like 12 years on and off, and I made a film called Moment of Contact. It was released in 2022. Yeah, late 2022. And we tracked down a guy who'd been hiding for 26 years who allegedly was driving the car during the second capture of a live alien. I know it sounds nuts. I'm with you.
Hold on. Explain that. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a UFO crash
Yeah.
that took place in 1996 in Varginha, Brazil. I had been looking into it for 12 years. I didn't believe it when I first heard about it. In fact, I was making my first UFO documentary, my second UFO documentary out of the blue when I heard about the crash. It happened in 96. I was making it in like 99, 2000. That's when I started. I heard about it, but I was like, that's impossible. They don't have a UFO crash and live aliens walking through the town. No way. So I took 10 years before I even, like almost 10 years before I would even, actually, it was over 10 years before I would even look into it. And then I ended up spending about 12 years. But in any case, a UFO was spotted in trouble. It was a cylindrical shape object, like a cigar. It was like a aluminum kind of shape, no wings, no visible means of propulsion. It had, according to the witnesses that I interviewed, and they're all on camera, it had a gash in the back of it and it had sort of a white vapor coming out the backside, and it was definitely in trouble because all the people who claimed to have seen it said it was struggling to stay in the air. And then it eventually crashed. 2 days later in the town of Virginia, just a few miles away, people reported these strange creatures. And then there were two, according to the authorities and military people, that information that had leaked out, and the researchers locally, 2 or 3 of the creatures were captured. And the second capture was involving a police officer by the name of Marco Cherez, and the driver of that car, Eric Lopes, and Eric Cherez died within a couple of weeks of touching the creature. He manhandled it and took it to the local hospital. He got a weird infection and then died.
Damn, dude,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's true.
Hey,
Do I take
no
a break
alien
there?
music.
Sorry about that.
So the only other living witness to that second capture was the driver, Eric Lopes, who's also a police officer.
And he was just driving. The other guy apprehended.
Yeah, he was actually on duty that night, and they were told him be on the lookout for something strange, something real strange. They didn't say live aliens or anything like that. They just be on the lookout. We're looking for something. So he calls his buddy, Marco, who was actually off that night, Marco Cherez, and he's like, hey, I got this weird assignment tonight. Like they're saying there's something weird on the loose, or I don't know. You want to come with me? So they team up. He jumps in the car. Off they go. They see it. It ran across the road in front of them, slammed the brakes on. Marco jumps out of the car, grabs the thing, puts it in the back of the car, takes it to Humanitas Hospital.
What'd they say it looked like? Did they ever
It was
say?
brown. You could look it up. Virginia creature. It had a big head, big red eyes. It had brown, oily skin, frail, weak, struggling, suffering.
Yeah.
All the witnesses said. And then Marco Cherez had this like oily, greasy. He was like rubbing his body down with rubbing alcohol afterwards, and then he got this infection. We interviewed the doctors that worked on him. He died. And they couldn't explain it. They were like, they'd never seen anything like that bacteria ever. Somehow his body just had no defense against it, and he died. So the only living witness to that incident, that particular capture, is Eric Lopes.
Mm-hmm.
So
The driver.
yes, so I got in touch with the mayor. They actually interviewed the mayor of the town, this guy Verge, and he's like, hey, is there anything I can do to help you guys? I believe this happened. I want to get the story out. I think the world needs to know. I was like, yeah, there's something you could do. Could you help me locate this guy, Eric Lopes? He's been MIA for 26 years. What? And he was apparently driving the car. So we go to his house, really spooky, right? The guy's off the beaten path. Get to his house and, that's the creature. That's it.
Jesus, man.
Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, that was witnessed in broad daylight by 3 girls, Valkyria, Liliani, and Katya. 2 of them were sisters. Broad daylight. They got within 10 feet of that creature in broad daylight.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, we get to Eric Lopes' house, and he I don't speak Portuguese, but he was like apparently telling everyone, get the hell out of there, or he's going to start spraying bullets.
What?
And he said it like 3 or 4 times. And then I looked over at the guy, the translator, and he looked at me and he was just like this. Eric Lopes was looking out the window right above me, and I was looking at his eyes going, God, that guy's seen something. I don't know, man. He had looked like he was so burdened with something. You see it in his eyes. I remember I'd never looked into someone's eyes that had that profound, like he was just burdened with something really
Did he look
intense.
like afraid, or he just looked kind of like just
He
distant?
looked like he'd been shouldering something so profound, so deep, so deeply, profoundly disturbing. and then he couldn't share it with anybody. That's what it looked like.
Man.
But anyway, it's confused. But anyway, that was a second time. Only 2 times where I actually was like
Threatened to be shot. Okay, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Jesus
threatened to be
Christ,
shot.
man. That's crazy. So you didn't even get to talk to the guy. He wouldn't talk.
Well, he funny enough, it's really funny actually, because he said, and you could see it in the movie, when we rolled up, he's like, if you're here to talk about the ET, Eric won't talk. And he referred to himself in the third person, which is weird. And then it was like, Eric's not here. And then it's like, I'm going to start shooting right now, bullets out of here. And I kept asking, I didn't know what he was saying. So I kept trying to get a question in, like to my translator, and the translator looking at me like, dude, just chill, you know? And then finally he looked at me like, it's time to go. Like that look, you don't need to speak any language
For
to
sure,
get that
yeah.
look.
Yeah.
It was like, we're leaving now, period. And I was like, shit, what's
man.
going on? Anyway, so yeah, that was.
What do you think happened to him? Do you think he got like inhabited or something?
Just imagine for a moment if he really was the driver that was involved in the capture of a live alien. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not saying believe it or don't believe it, but if it did happen, and then your best friend dies,
Yeah.
and now the family and the world wants to know what happened, and you can't talk, and because your life has been threatened, right?
Yeah.
So you have to shoulder that burden for 26 years. Right?
Yeah.
So if it happened, you can imagine how disturbing that was. And, you know, he's military intelligence, so, you know, he's armed to the teeth, I'm sure. And I would talk to some other fellow Brazilian UFO researchers, Uberajaro Rodriguez, this guy Peccaccini, and he was like, oh, yeah, back in 26 years ago, we wouldn't go near a globe. So I was like, why not? He goes, everybody knew that guy was packing. He was just going to open fire. I was like, well, now you guys tell me. Jesus Christ, I went to the guy's house. I probably almost got shot in the face.
That would have sucked so bad, dude.
That would have been a real bummer.
Oh, that would have sucked.
Yeah. So anyway, coming off the heels of that, I because I did a film called The Phenomenon, right, which covers the phenomenon from the 40s up to relatively modern day, 2017, 2020, whatever.
Yeah.
And then naturally, the natural progression would have been to go from the phenomenon to the program, which is out now. But I had unfinished business with this alleged UFO crash case. And so I went back to Brazil like a 5th time, and I filmed Moment of Contact, right? And then at the very end of it all, and I totally believed it. In fact, I remember taking one of the audio guys, he lived in Rio de Janeiro, and this guy Guy, and he goes, oh, yeah, we heard about that story back 26 years ago. Nobody believes it. It's like, you know, kind of like what Roswell, you know.
For sure, yeah.
Then I took him on all the shoots, and he was like, holy shit, this happened, you know. And I said, yeah, I wouldn't waste 12 years of my time if I didn't.
Yeah.
So at the last week or so of filming in Brazil, a flight control officer with the Brazilian military, because flight control, fire department, police, they're all connected to the military. He came forward and said, yeah, I saw the United States Air Force plane come in and land in Campinas, and then sent
Wait,
two.
what did you say? What?
So it was confirmed the United States Air Force was involved with this UFO crash case.
Okay.
That the United States Air Force flew in to a place called Campinas. And then from Campinas, I know, right? I know, Varginha and Campinas, right? Doesn't get any better than that. Can you believe it? I know.
Sorry. I thought my mind was just making tricks.
I thought you might have known about this case. I'm
No,
sorry.
Campinas and
Joe Rogan talked about it for a year.
Campinas. No.
Yeah.
I wish I knew about
I know.
So there's an alien invasion.
Well, so
They probably thought it was the best place ever. They're like, we got to go to Campinas, Virginia.
Virginia. I know, you can't make this stuff up. I know.
Okay,
it's
so
really
what
funny.
happened?
So the last time I was there after 12 years of filming on and off, a guy comes forward, and he was with flight control with the Brazilian government, military. And he's like, yeah, I was on duty that night, and I saw, this is January 20th, 1996, and I saw USAF come in. And I was like, USAF? United States Air Force, USAF. Flight come in and didn't have authorization to land. So he told some folks, like, I can't let this guy land. You need authorization. And then a higher up stepped in the room and said, let him land.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, this thing landed. Then one or two helicopters were unloaded, and they were flown to Varginha. They picked up some stuff, came back to the Campinas, loaded it on the plane, and the United States Air Force plane, back to the United States. Yeah. So that was when I became aware of the fact that, wow, there probably is a crash retrieval program going on. So when I started doing the program, the film that's out now, it was almost personal for me, right? Because I had no idea. Like, I was on Joe Rogan talking about moment of contact in April of 2023. Well, in July of 2023, the highest level intel officer, David Grush, testified under oath to a bipartisan group of lawmakers that there is a crash retrieval program, and he found it.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's so the program kind of covers this unprecedented push for transparency on what the intel agencies really know about the phenomenon, right?
What kicked that off? I was curious about that. Like, if this is my thing. If things are like top secret, you have these giant kind of like, mechanisms of power controlling and hiding things. I do find it funny that they're like, you swear you're telling the truth, and they're like, that you fucking got me, dude. Yes, I pinky promise. Like, it's a weird system we still do.
Yeah, well,
it's like, you better tell the truth, and we're like, you got me.
So people think that the government suddenly had an epiphany and decided to be more transparent on the UFO phenomenon. That's not what happened.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, right. What happened was there were a couple of intel insiders, Christopher Mellon being one of them, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, along with Lou Elizondo and a handful of others, just small handful, that protested because of excessive secrecy. They found a loophole and walked some evidence from the Pentagon out on the front page of the New York Times, and that happened in December of 2017. Okay. So they can't put the genie back in the bottle, right? Yeah. So more people keep coming forward now, more people coming forward. And then Congress started getting wind. They were having behind doors meetings with some of these witnesses, and they were like, ooh, there's a there. Wow. And then they had the first congressional hearing by a guy named Andre Carson, Congressman Andre Carson. That was 2022. That had a hint of a crash retrieval program that was revealed through a memo, the Davis-Wilson memo. Then they had congressional hearings in July of 2023, and that's when it was all out. David Grush said, yeah, we have a crash retrieval program. And then recently, just a month ago, we had more congressional hearings, which I attended, and Lou Elizondo, who ran ATIP, or was one of the members on ATIP, he confessed under oath that there is a crash retrieval program.
So they have been going around and scooping these things up. So
yes.
Things. So what do you say to people who are like, it's just super advanced military technology they're hiding from everybody?
Well, if that's the case, that would be an even bigger story because somebody has kept it secret for over 80 years.
Yeah,
so,
true,
wow,
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
These things exhibit a technology that's just so beyond anything that we have in our arsenal.
So, and what are the examples of like the technology that we can't really wrap our heads around?
So you have objects that can hover without displaying any kind of visible means of propulsion. They can accelerate from a standstill to out of sight in the blink of an eye, right-angle turns at high speeds, no sonic boom, no air disturbance, very little noise. Sometimes you'll hear a slight buzzing or humming noise, but that's it within certain proximity, some of the witnesses. And they fly rings around our fastest jets. I mean, like, they make a mockery of our fastest jets. I mean, you could just talk to David Fravor about that, 2003 off the coast of San Diego. So, and I think the big secret is they don't know what it is. I mean, they know it's engineered, right? They know it's technological, but there's a psychic component to it as well. So it would be very difficult for any governing body to come forward and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, it has been brought to our attention that there are structured craft of unknown origin whizzing around with impunity. They fly rings around our fastest jets, so we don't know who they are, where they come from, and if they turn out to be hostile, we have no visible means of defense against them. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, true. Everyone would be like, fuck this.
Everyone would be like, no! That's why right now, when they don't know what these drones are, they're calling them drones because drones is a little less scary than UAP, right? So they're calling them drones, but they're saying, you have nothing to fear, and yet we don't know what the hell they are. So that's a little strange, because how could you say what something isn't when you don't know what it is?
Yeah, it's also, it is deeply unsettling to be like, because, human beings just have this idea we're kind of like top dog in the universe.
Yeah,
so
it
does threaten. I mean, I feel kind of weird. Like, what do you think I have two questions.
Yes.
What's the telepathic element you're talking about?
I'll give you an example. There's examples like this that go on for decades. But so David Fravor, the encounter that took place, it's now commonly referred to as the Nimitz case. It was off the coast of San Diego in 2003. And he chased this Tic Tac looking object. It had no wings, no propulsion. It could hover. It was hovering right over the ocean. He could see it down below. There was 2 military jets that saw it. Got 4 people that got visual. Then they picked it up on the radar, and they chased after it. And as they were close, so the object was down like just above the ocean's surface, and it was darting around kind of like this. And Fravor said he was going to get a closer look at it at whatever altitude he was. So he started spiraling down to get a closer look at it. Jesus. And the Tic Tac object starts spiraling up. So it was mimicking his movement, but backwards. So he's spiraling down, it's spiraling up. And then he decides to kind of do a maneuver and intercept it, like cut it off. He gets right at it. He goes, this is about a quarter of a mile. And he goes, that sounds kind of far away, or half a mile, whatever it is. But in flight, it's very close.
Yeah.
No rivets, no seams. Like, what is this thing? And then he said it took off like impossible. Like this, it did something that's just not even possible. And then it ended up at their, it's a strategic Latin launch that's like predetermined before. I'm trying to think of the technical name they use for that. But in any case, it just showed up right at that exact tactical spot at their Latin launch. It's like, and he said he had like the hair on the back of his neck stand up straight, because that was like it. Basically, like I'm 5 steps ahead of you guys. Like,
yeah,
I even know where your Latin launch is,
man.
Yeah. So, and again, I could give you example after example.
For
after
sure.
example,
Yeah. No, that
but
makes
that's
sense.
just one.
That's
yeah,
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you think are like the implications on like day-to-day kind of like human thinking and affairs? Say it's just like it's proven without any sort of doubt or whatever. It's proven that there is like life forms that just dwarf our kind of technology and understanding of the universe. What do you think that does to human beings? Think that's a good, or you think that'll like spin people out, or maybe make us be a little nicer knowing we have like other life forms watching us?
Yeah. I think I always felt that it would be a little scary, right? But that's okay. I mean, reality is reality. It's been going on for a long time. It doesn't seem to be here to hurt us, because others might argue with me on that point. But for the most part, it seems to be a fairly benign. I mean, there are other aspects of the phenomenon that one might argue is a little scary, but whatever. That's a whole nother.
Well, I would argue. I would argue. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Yeah, please.
I would argue if they're that advanced, there's a huge chance they're not kind of like predacious and like, you know what I mean? Because it'd be hard to be that advanced while you're still dealing with kind of like those more animal aggressive kind of instincts.
Yeah.
You think it would implode like human beings? Like if we don't kind of get our kind of aggressive instincts under control, we might like blow ourselves up.
Oh yeah. No, it's really funny actually. And to your point. I interviewed this guy, Robert Salas, who was a launch control officer during the height of the Cold War. And I think he was in charge of Minuteman missiles, but they were nuclear arms. And I'm not sure if it was Minot or anyway, it was one of these bases housing nuclear weapons. And objects were seen over the base, documented over the base. And then all of their vast majority of nuclear weapons went into a no-go situation. They were just shut off, and they're all independently controlled. I report about it in my film, The Phenomenon. And I talked to Salas about this, and it was funny. I could see why he was a launch control officer, because he's got this demeanor where he's just like super mellow and calm and just measured and just doesn't, he's like, well, James, the message I got from that is almost like taking matches out of the hands of a baby. Maybe you shouldn't be playing with these things. Yeah. And I was like, wow, never thought of it that way. Wow.
I never heard of that. So they all just deactivated.
Yeah. Oh, there's 50 cases in my film, The Phenomenon. I literally did a deep dive in there with the help of this guy, Robert Hastings, who wrote the book on it. And you'll hear officer after officer after officer about incursions over military bases. They seem to be like some people would put it, like a moth to a flame. Like anytime there's nukes around, the phenomenon kind of just comes around to check it out. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, Senator Harry Reid, former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, gave me an interview. I think it was like 2019. And he was the one that started this, one of the key people that started this UFO investigation, ATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Before that, it was OSAP. But in any case, I asked him, it went on for 10 years. It was never meant to go public. But again, people had protested from the inside from excessive secrecy and walked some evidence out of the Pentagon onto the front page of the New York Times. And it went on for 10 years. It was found out in like at the end of 2017. It started around 2008, 2007, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I said, what were some of the more astonishing aspects of the phenomenon that you learned during that 10-year Pentagon investigation? And he goes, right away, just like that. He goes, they're interested in our nukes. And I was like, oh, whoa, I'd heard about that a little bit. So we did a whole segment on it within the phenomenon of.
Wow. That's
So,
pretty crazy.
Yeah. And there are a lot of incursions going on, military bases all over the place still. So I don't know. I think it's a far more complex issue than one might, gather.
Yeah, true.
It just doesn't have like one easy explanation. I've been doing this 30 years and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it's one of those things that does.
I wish I did.
Well, it kind of dwarfs the perceived power of governments, where you're like, the United States, where like we have all these missiles, or like the cutting edge of technology. And then you see something that's so much more advanced. If it's really buzzing around, kind of like it makes the government less authoritative almost. So you're kind of like, all right, dude. Like,
I thought it would have a unifying effect on all of humanity, quite honestly. I mean, if there's an outside force, I mean, Reagan had talked about it, but he used it more of a threat. But if you have something I think it would unify us.
yeah,
Excuse me. I remember interviewing Apollo astronaut Edgar Mitchell, and he was Apollo 14, sixth man to walk on the moon, and he said on the way to the moon, he was so caught up in all the data, and he might as well have been a simulator. But coming back, he got to kind of really just look at the Earth and look at and really feel what he was doing. He was hurling through this little tin can through the vastness of space and darkness. And he goes, "You don't know dark until you've been into space. Like it's a vacuum out there." And he goes, "I looked at Earth and I watched it slowly getting bigger and bigger, and all those invisible lines. I didn't see any territories, and I was imagining all the wars that were taking place and all this." And he really felt, not just saw, but felt like humankind as one race, one, you know what I mean? One people kind of thing. And I think that this reality will help accelerate that. Yeah, in my opinion.
I think it's a good thing. But you get a lot of people who start being like, they're trying to use this to start up a new world government and blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
I don't think they have control of it. I really don't.
Yeah, I would argue
someone
that.
who's investigated all around the world for 30 years.
There's no way.
I don't think that I think that they're doing what they're doing.
True, and it's one of those things where it's like, if there, just say for argument's sake, say there were some just human beings who are so powerful they were engineering these kind of crafts. It's like, well, guess what? They're going to do whatever they want, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's awesome, man. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it is I don't know. I think it's good for people to have kind of shocks to their system, and I think the UAP kind of like reality of other life forms is a good shock to the system in a way.
I mean, if you look at the program, you'll see, refreshingly, you'll see a bipartisan effort. You'll see Democrats and Republicans working together, being civil, and like really trying to get to the bottom of it. And I love that.
Yeah.
About that, it's uniting Congress and our elected officials, no question about it. You're looking at AOC with Tim Burchett being really kind to each other and calling each other colleagues, and it's very I love that. I think we need more of it.
Yeah, because you can get so into your like hometown versus a country. You're like ants on a hill. You're like, this is this huge place. Then you get a cosmic perspective, and you're like,
right?
Oh, fucking that's
right.
Nothing.
They should send all politicians into space.
They should. That'd be awesome. Or just give them a ton of LSD.
There you go. Either or.
Sure.
Is it possible that this is it's us, but an ancient civilization, like if Elon Musk or Bill Gates, if something happened now, they would just go into their bunkers, and they have huge bunkers, and their civilization would grow for thousands of years, and everybody else on top, we decelerate and we become back to cavemen, and now 12,000 years later, they're finally coming to the surface again, but it's us, just a more advanced civilization that was able to keep going.
I've heard that theory, and one of the things that I'm coming to terms with is that all options are on the table as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I've heard interdimensional, I've heard future, coming back from the future, I've heard interplanetary, I've heard they're right here all along, down in our oceans and in specific locations around the world, and I can't say no to any of them. I have to keep all options on the table. And at one point jokingly said, "It's a huge universe." I said, maybe it's all of the above. Maybe it's not just one race. Maybe it's a number of different things. It's one of the reasons why I showed some incredible Hubble telescope photography from space and galaxies. And one photograph in particular from NASA is they look like almost stars. There's so many of them, but then you realize they're not stars. You're looking at galaxies, and each one of those galaxies has like 400 billion stars, right? And it's like, and you're looking at all these pinpoints of light, and those are all galaxies, and you're thinking, you got to be kidding me. That's just incomprehensibly big, right? It's like, and we're just like, there's more stars there's 10,000 times more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world.
Fucking
It's like
crazy.
10,000 times.
So you can't even wrap your head
And
around
it's getting
it.
bigger by the day. And now they're talking about multiverses and stuff. It's like, God only knows, man. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like my mind hurts thinking about it. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes when I think about the vastness and like how it keeps going on, and if it's not infinite, then where does it stop?
Well, this is the thing that fucks me up. It has to be infinite because
it
if it
warps
were
my
to stop, it
brain.
can only stop by a
Something
sort of border.
stopping it.
And there'd have to be something on the other edge of the border. So it has to be by definition
It's
infinite.
so insane.
The universe really is like ruled by like dream logic. That's the only place a thing can be infinite and non-infinite is in a dream. Don't get me started, dude.
I
So
know,
I was freaking out in the Uber last night.
It blows my mind. Seriously, I'm just like,
But you know what I'm talking about, though? It has to be infinite because if it were finite, there'd be a bordering edge, and there'd have to be some physical thing on. You can't have something that borders that doesn't have another side of it. So it can't be It has to be infinite, otherwise.
I remember one time thinking to myself, like, I have no idea why I'm here. What the hell's going on?
I do that every day.
I don't think we're here to hate each other.
Yeah,
That's one thing I feel like, come on.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good in your body. That's what I've been doing. It's like
Yeah.
people say, like, this is crazy. It's all airy fairy talk. It's like, well, dude, if you like just assume we're these kind of like struggling animals with nothing other than animal instincts, and our whole sense of consciousness is like, just wafting off these. It's just like this nonsense that's wafting off our instincts. It's like to take that worldview it literally hurts your body.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I agree with you, man. I
Right.
think if you kind of open yourself up to like the kind of cosmic scale, becoming basically a cosmic patriot rather than your country or people will be mad at me for that. Like, ooh, but you can like your country, but also be like, I'm also a citizen of the universe. Just
Absolutely.
Opening yourself up to that scale feels good.
I remember asking Edgar Mitchell. It was really funny because we're in the middle of talking about UFOs, and he like kind of grew up in Roswell, the surrounding areas, and so he knew all the ranchers from back in the late 40s, early 50s, actually even earlier than that. And I was like, God, I'm so sorry to ask this question of you because I'm sure you get asked this all the time. What was it like to go to the moon? And he's like, well, James, if you'd like, I'll tell you, and so I got such a detailed description of what it was like, right down to when they landed on the lunar surface. They were hearing these macro meteorites pelting the skin of their craft, and they've been up basically for 3 days. And NASA's like, you guys need to go to sleep, and they were like, oh no, man, I want to. They tried to go to sleep, and then they were too excited. They were like, told NASA, we're overriding your recommendations. We're putting our suits on. We're going.
Wait, so they were up for 3 days straight, and they were just like,
Yeah,
oh,
they couldn't sleep. They were on the lunar surface, and he said they put their suits on, and they went out there, and he's walking around the lunar surface, and he says he sees off in the distance this blue marble. I love sharing this story because it's so crazy. This blue marble suddenly rise. It was an Earthrise from the moon, and he said there it was, this oasis of life, suspended in the darkness of space, the vacuum of space, such a hostile environment around it, right? And there it rose, and he had these big gloves on, and he put up one hand, and he blocked out the entire Earth, right, from the lunar surface.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, all that I know, all that I've learned, all the borders, all the people, and I'm blocking it out with one hand.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Wait, so the Earth rises when you're on the moon?
Yeah,
Kinda
he said it was an
sun?
Earthrise. Yeah, it was an Earthrise. Yeah, isn't that
That's so fucking
crazy?
cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, and he was like, it was like a blue marble. Like you said, it's suspended in a vastness. He goes, you don't understand the vacuum of space until you've been there. Like it's dark, it's hostile, and there's this oasis, this life oasis. And yeah, it's really.
It does suck, and it sucks to waste it just being
Oh
just
my
a
gosh,
fucking miserable
it's all,
dick.
it's all we got.
I know, and I'm guilty of that. I can be a miserable dickhead, but it's like it really is, especially when you look at it. It's like if you look at the scale, and then you get into like the math behind like what are if they go, all right, it all happened by chance. Well, what is like the mathematical probability of that? And it's like literally, if you were a math person, you'd be like, well, yeah, my own math proves that this happening for no reason is so statistically improbable.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and they go, well, it's just because the universe is infinite and that anything can happen. It's like, okay, like, all right, yeah, that's cool.
I wonder sometimes if we just I used to think back when I first started this, because I would go into the field. I wouldn't just read books or go to conferences. I would actually go to locations and meet with witnesses on UFO sightings all over the place. And so I knew the phenomenon was real. I mean, unless everybody I was talking to, including pilots and FAA officials and civilians and governors, all lying. I was like, well, maybe, it's such a big universe. It's, the galaxy, whatever, Milky Way. We probably just get periodic visitation for whatever reason. The governments decide to cover it up. That's what I thought.
Sure.
But now, all these years later, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I feel like I know less today than I did when I started.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like, could it be time travelers? Yes, it could. Could it be interdimensional? Yes, it could. Could it be interplanetary? Sure could. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, well, Tucker Carlson now is like,
he's freaked out.
He's like big
like,
on the interdimensional thing.
I'm done.
Yeah, he's like out of nowhere.
He tapped out.
He got off of Fox, and he was just, next thing you know, it was just like, there's interdimensional entities, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, no, he tapped out.
What do you mean he tapped out?
He's not doing the UAP anymore.
He just doesn't even want to talk about
it. He learned certain things, and he's like, we're done. I'm not doing this. And it's funny, actually, because one of the things that Senator Harry Reid said to me was that they were just trying to get some of these senators to look at the data, look at the evidence, and they were so dismissive of, they said it's demonic, and I'm not going to engage with that. So because they couldn't explain it, or for whatever reason, it was just written off. So there's that wing of the elected officials that have looked at it like that way. I don't know if they're still looking at it that way, but they were like, it's demonic and we don't want anything to do with it. I'm not even going to look at it.
Damn.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And even people within the Pentagon saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense especially if you're like an older man, and typically politicians, and I would say even more so like military people. A lot of them are sort of kind of like a rigid, kind of like insulated, and like not like they're not saying like they're egoic, but it is like they have a very kind of top down way of thinking, and like stuff like this is just like there's no time for it.
One of the people in the part of the UAP task force, I'm not sure what year he was involved, but his name is Lenval Logan, great guy, and. He goes, it's crazy. He goes, we pick up a Russian MiG or something on the radar, and it's all hands on deck. And yet, when it doesn't have any markings on it, we can't identify it. It's like nothing to see here, folks. It's like he's like, well, how could that be? What? Like if it had a Russian flag or a Chinese flag, it would be all hands on deck.
Yeah.
But because it doesn't have that, it's flying rings around. We can't stop it, control it, whatever. It's like nothing to see here, folks. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of nuts.
That's what he said. Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of directive. Like I said, if you're military, there's rules for everything. So to be like, we'll get that
He's
later.
like, how can that be? I was like, it's a great quote. It's one of the quotes at the end in the credit. I always like to, when I'm editing a film, I'll get a lot of what I call GMs or golden moments. And I always paint those. I color those like a gold color. And then I put them, if I can't find a place for them in the movie, I tuck them aside in my GM, basket. And then at the end of the film, I'll go, oh God, can I squeeze these in somewhere? And if I can't squeeze them in, one time I was like, why don't I just sprinkle them throughout the credits? So now I always love doing that. What I'll do is I'll get my little GMs, and that moment with Lenval Logan, who's part of the UAP task force, is sprinkled in the credits at the end. So
that's awesome.
If you do watch the program, watch it all the way through to the end, because there's lots of cool stuff sprinkled throughout the credits.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Damn, man. So we'll wrap this up. I think this has been awesome, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
My question is, so say if somebody, the biggest doubting Thomas, or one of the, if someone pretty close-minded is like, I don't even want to think about this stuff. Do you have like one kind of like silver bullet you'd be like, check this out? Or would you just?
I would have to say that if you watch the program and you still think there's nothing to it, I think that's going to be nearly impossible. Damn. I really do.
Okay.
Just because of the bipartisan effort, the congressional hearings, people testifying under oath, some of the video photographic cases and radar. And look, the DOD is, begrudgingly admitting that the phenomenon's real. They're not lying anymore about that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're trying to control how this stuff comes out, but it's happening. It's coming out. Okay, so one can speculate all day long as to where it's coming from and what its objective or agenda. That's up for speculation, but the phenomenon is real, and it defies a conventional explanation.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much, James.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for doing this, man.
Of course.
Watch the program. Thank you, James.
Of course.
Later on.